Okay, ready?
Hola a todos, estoy aquí para comunicaros que
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Hi, my name is Jaime Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Ready? Play.
Rafael Nadal is something that we are destined to talk about here because our boss kind of tells us to. Well, not actually, of course, it's a big story. Although I do have this feeling that, like, well, we're pretty much going to go over that again when he plays or if he just shows up at the Davis Cup. But anyway, yes, Rafael Nadal, of course, he announced this week that he will be retiring after the Davis Cup finals. We don't know yet in which capacity he will be there. I mean, we know that he's part of the team and everything. Just have no idea if he's going to play just doubles or, singles and doubles. Pretty much all the other legends, they're retiring with a doubles only appearance. I was just saying that, like, we don't know in which capacity Nadal is going to be at the Davis Cup finals.
Yeah.
Basically, all the other legends have retired in doubles because they weren't able to play singles anymore. So we have Murray, of course, at the Olympics, Federer at Laver Cup. Maybe it's going to be the same. Maybe he can actually battle for the number 2 spot. It's possible. I mean, number 2 spots, I think, right now for Spain is Roberto Carballes Baena, Roberto Bautista Agut, or Pablo Carreño Busta, essentially. So these are definitely rivals that even at this stage of his career, Nadal can actually maybe threaten for that number 2 spot. In fact, I'm pretty sure if he's going to be like any fit, then they'll give that to him. But yeah, anyway, Mario, I was just saying that, like, on the stream, I already gave a lot of thoughts on this on the stream with Vansh. So basically, what are your sort of takes about the Rafael Nadal announcement and kind of when it happened as well? Was it any surprise that he is retiring at this year's Davis Cup?
I actually had the thought when I saw him inside the nominations for the Davis Cup. I kind of have a first thought, inside me was like, it can be a nice way and environment for him to end, even because the end, seemed clear. Also, after the Olympic Games and what he said, and I mean, it's like that. Unfortunately, we have seen this with both, especially with Federer. It's difficult even for legends like them to end on a very high note because of course, that's their life. And when they still are at the very top, they just think that why, retire just now if I can keep going a little bit. And then, of course, we know how decline can be very fast because of physical issues, injuries, and, many things you may not be able to recover from. And I mean, it's been good for us to see, him playing for the last time on the clay this year. He had, a couple of nice matches, even, of course, the level not being back to what we were used for. It's for sure tough moments because he is a tennis legend, of course, one of the greatest champions we ever had. But for sure, it's nice also to see how all of them are choosing a little bit because they are forced to do it, but also choosing a team environment, some kind of different competition which can make their retirement like I don't know, closer to some kind of fast also with teammates and greatest rivals. I don't know, Djokovic, for example. I read in the post he said he will be there, and it will be a great moment. And yeah, it's time. Of course, everything has to come to an end, so it's also difficult to imagine things going in another way. Let's hope he this Davis Cup will be nice. We'll see if he will be ready to play in singles or not. And yeah, if he doesn't, of course, that curious thing that his last ever opponent has been Djokovic himself at the Olympic Games, whatever. Let's see how things will go, because I'm pretty sure it will be tough to balance. Him, of course, wanted to have a good send off and also deserving it. Then also, of course, there will be the goal of winning the actual competition. So it will a lot depend by how good is his shape and if he is really ready to play in singles or not. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. Probably it's a bit difficult, but let's see. Let's see if in Saudi, even if it's not a Grand Slam, so for sure it's not going to be the best indicator possible. But let's see how he will look, at least from physical point of view.
Yeah, at the Brazil, they are actually taking the same jet, I think, to Saudi Arabia. That's how it looks. That's probably why Alcaraz also stuck around. But anyway, I hope Nadal doesn't embarrass himself in the EXO in Saudi Arabia, says Michael. Personally, I don't think he will, to be honest, because, well, when we saw him, he was like relatively competitive. Unless you would maybe consider the Olympics embarrassing himself, which I don't think he embarrassed himself against Novak, even if the match wasn't competitive. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, he's not going to be worse than in these appearances, I think. So I think he'll be fine. And Brazy, to your question, I will not watch even 6 seconds of the Six Kings Slam unless it's on my timeline, and I might then see actually 6 seconds of a point. Who knows?
I think so.
What I was going to say is that me, myself, like from the very beginning, I hated the idea of Nadal retiring at Laver Cup. I think it was something that, like Federer, it was perfect for him. But Nadal, no. I mean, I don't want every single player right now to just basically choose Laver Cup as their retirement event. For Rafa, obviously, Madrid, Barcelona would be pretty cool. But then again, if he's playing that, then he's probably also playing until Roland Garros. Olympics were a nice idea, but, that was, of course, gone. So yeah, I think Davis Cup is a very fitting. And if he didn't retire this year, then he probably would have to go all the way until Roland Garros next year. Which, I mean, this year he like really gathered up all his energy, everything that he had in the spring for that one event. Of course, a nasty draw with Zverev in the opening round. Probably his best match of the season, to be honest, but
Absolutely.
Still a straight set loss. And Mario, this is actually going to be, because Davis Cup, of course, it's a huge part of Rafa's legacy as well. 4 titles. Yep. Even in 2004, he was already such a massive part of the team and won a match in the finals. However, Rafa Nadal in the singles in Davis Cup has only ever had 1 loss. And I'm serving you this as a trivia question. Who did he lose to?
Oh. Damn. Yeah. You have to tell me, actually.
I will give you a hint. It's pretty tough. It's not that tough. It's a former top 10 player. But the hint is basically that this was the first match that Rafa ever played in Davis Cup.
Yeah, that I know. That I know it. And then he never lost again in singles. But I actually don't remember the opponent, I have to admit. Because I think against the US, he won.
Yeah. Against the US, he won in the final against Andy Roddick, yeah. And earlier they played the Czech Republic in the first round. So
Czech Republic, maybe Stepanek, Rbati.
Rbati is Slovak. But yeah, Stepanek,
right.
Stepanek he actually beat. But Iji Novak was that first opponent. So that's an interesting tidbit for everyone involved. Honestly, if you asked me a week ago, I would not have known either. But I just ended up checking his records. In the meantime, Mariano Puerta, by the way, because Jake is suggesting him, I just learned like 2 days ago that he played the Challenger final with Rafa in like 2004 or 3, and then of course they played the Roland Garros final as well. But yeah, there are so many things like this, in the Rafa history. You have this many matches. There's gonna be so many insane stories. And basically, I think we will still keep going all over that again and again and again. all the sort of like social media stuff that we're seeing now, the messages from the players, they will basically come back around the Davis Cup finals. I think Rafa is going to have like 2 send-offs kind of social media wise. For Federer, it was different because he only announced like 2 days earlier, right, that this was going to be his last match. Of course, we were maybe suspecting it. We were thinking that he's probably going to be back though for like Basel or something. But yeah, with Rafa, we were maybe expecting a bit more, and the announcement comes so much earlier than the actual events that I think we're going to have this in like 2 waves, basically.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to say really about Rafa at this stage? You know, personally, I haven't even tweeted about him once, and that's not because like I know what the producer of the show would say, that I just hate him or something like that. No, I'm just keeping it for the Davis Cup finals, where I think it will be just more
That's
fitting
right.
for me.
You
But
can also argue that his career isn't ended as of today, because I also think the timing is good also because right now there is the Saudi tournament. So if he goes to press and he receives questions without announcing retirement, what is he even going to say if he has taken a real decision? So I think it's it's also the timing also probably reflects also his schedule, him having to come back to play this tournament in Riyadh, and so everything right now is clear. And yeah, just I don't know, I really struggle when there is retirement of this great legend to say anything, also because I don't know, for example, of course we have been used to not seeing him, but for example, there has never been a me following tennis with Rafa not being an active player. So it's always a bit weird to think that these guys are really coming and progresses towards the end. And we will talk also about the final today, because I mean, they are in different stages, of course, yet, or they're decline, let's say. But it's a thing that is coming for all of them, for all these legends, and it's inevitable, of course, because the youngest one is 37. So
yeah, the youngest one, definitely. In terms of tennis, that's not exactly young anymore. And it would be indeed pretty poetic if he loses to Botic van de Zandschulp in that one last match. I don't know if it will happen. I mean, Spain, I think, as we said, is obviously a very Alcaraz reliant team, and their number 2 is actually their weak spot anyway. So you could make the case that putting Rafa there really doesn't change all that much, even if he won't be like 100%. But we'll see. Of course, Bautista good, Carreño Busta, especially if he recovers more of his form, they are definitely also able to like get themselves to an even higher standard by November.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.